Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. This presentation is for International Final Year Project Competition and Exhibitions. Before I start this presentation, I would like to introduce first. My name is Nur Syafiqah binti Muhammad Zakaria from University Kuala Lumpur, and I would like to introduce my supervisor, which is Madam Suziana binti Sulaiman. The project title is Biomechs, Mobile Augmented Reality Application in Learning Biomechanics of Sports. My project ID is SS00007. My project category is Social Science. I would like to start with abstract. Biomechanics is the science of the human movements of a living body, including how muscles, bones, and ligaments work together to produce movement. Typically, students have difficulties learning biomechanics, and it will decrease their attractions towards this subject. As an alternative, the aim of this research is to develop a mobile augmented reality application as interactive learning in biomechanics that will help sports science students readily understand. The application will be beneficial for the sports science students to experience the real world and augmented to obtain a realistic learning structure of human body movement in the 3D planes. The focused research covers several elements such as the contents, user interface, and user experience. After that, the research evaluates the effectiveness among selected respondents regarding the mobile augmented reality applications. The agile model is selected as the primary methodology in developing this mobile augmented reality application. First of all, I would like to explain first introduction for this project. Basically, biomechanics is the study of the structure and function of a biological system through the method of mechanics. Learning biomechanics demands the development of linkages between physics and biology concepts, and students usually consider it is challenging to understand. This statement was stated by Biomechs on 2018. The recognitions that static book and traditional talk and talk teaching methods fall to engage students leads to poor learning outcome. Therefore, the review study in 2003 and 2013 shows that augmented reality technology is a promised technology to improve student learning performance and motivate students to learn through interactions and graphic content. This statement was stated by Picha on 2014. Many researchers have suggested that visual image may encourage students and enhance their learning motivations. With the visual of 3D models, learners may interact with 3D dimensional material, which contribute positively in the understanding and cognitions of action. Next, the problem statement. The highlight key for this problem statement is a lack of enjoyment. The student if lack of enjoyment during studies have been a significant issue in the educational area from the beginnings to the present. It was one of the factors evaluated in this study. According to the researchers, pleasure is directly tied to learning, motivations, and interests in the learning material, all of which may to increase. This will be said by Biomechs on 2014. This is based from my research that I do. Attractive aspects of computer technology used in education may be benefit learning. Aside from that, some researchers discovered there are the disadvantages of traditional learning resources such as physical book with less interactive informations may cause students to become boring and weary with studying. As a result, students struggle with hesitations and constrictions in their academics. Some students have also demonstrated that an interactive learning environment may transform a passive student into a engaged activity learning. They have a three research objective, which is to analyze the practicality of using augmented reality in learning biomechanics. Second, to develop an augmented reality mobile application as interactive learning in biomechanics for sports students. And third, to evaluate the effectiveness of learning in biomechanics by using augmented reality. In this project, I decided to use a Agile model. Okay, for the research methodology, these notations of Agile software development is the best appropriate approach for this project overall development in this development process. The Agile model was chosen for numerous reasons. Based on the case study by Michal Liver on 2019, Agile SDLC focuses on the rapid delivery of functional software products through adaptive process and regular user input. The Agile model was the best strategy since it can provide working software faster, receive frequent customer input, and allow the development process more freedom. According to a case study that we show in the slides, which is this one development Agile model for development process. They have a few phases, which is out of the first phase is planning or analyze requirement phase. At this stage, planning is the essential part that will determine how the result of the product or project should be. It also needs to identify the necessity that needs to develop Biomechs mobile augmented reality. This phase involves a requirement analysis, task analysis, and instructional analysis. The activities required are to identify the problem statement, the goals, and objective of the mobile augmented reality to be development. As I can include this one, project base is I'm do a research what is a problem statement, and after I found the problem, I solved it. What is the objective before I develop this application. This is for how I'm doing an analysis. I'm find the first is project statement, and then I do an objective. Then I solve it. Who is my target audience for this application? And then I create the contents, and then I do a strategy. And then and the final is requirement. What requirement software hardware I must use for develop this application. And then a second is designing project, which is this, and the base is I'm do a flowchart. After I do an analysis, I do a second page is designing project. In designing project, I create a flowchart, and then I create a storyboard. After I do a flowchart first, the structure shows the flowchart that I already do before I develop the application. And this one for my storyboards. This one for a storyboard for my application, how the interactivity happens, how the button functionality, and then which one graphic I must do put in, how many pages I do for application. And then the third page is development page. After I finish the storyboards, I create the development process. Development process will happen in development phase. The development require material, software, hardware, and the ability to produce the project. The development phase is the actual productions and assembly of the project. The development phase also means that the project needs to be tested. In this development phase, I must do modeling, texturing, ringing, building augmented reality features. This one marker base. For my project marker base, I'm decide to choose the book. I do a book as a marker base for the users can using application scan on the book and then it pop up for AR. And then I do modeling, 3D modeling. And this texturing, rigging for animations, body movement. I do a rigging in Blender. And then fourth piece is testing. After I finish the development phase, after my application is already finishing, I do a testing phase. Okay, in this testing phase, I'm do a questions and give questionnaire to sports science students. There will be test my applications, and then they will answer the questionnaire based on the questionnaire that I provide. And then for this testing phase also I give to my classmates to test first my application. Is this a work or is this any error? I will be repeating on development phase. So this phase I do a questionnaire. I give to sports science students to test the application. The final is evaluate phase or review. At this stage, the measurement of the effectiveness and efficiency of the project will be taken place. Evaluation should occur through the entire phase because ultimately required the developer always to check the project is working smoothly and be ready for any changes in the process. If there is some problem, the solution needs to become outdated. And then this I want to show my prototype. As you can see, this one this one is basically special logo, and then this one be a login page. For login page, these are required for user if they want to do a quiz. They're required to log in. If they don't want just to test the AR, just want to learn, they can press a skip button. And the third, this one is home pages. This one just for content button for user to click if they want to go to AR mode, or they want to learn, they want to read a note. If user don't have a book, they just want to read any notes about the biomechanics, they just can look at digital learning. At the page digital learning, I provide anything in the book I put in the digital learning, so that if they don't have a book, if they don't have a book, it's okay because they can learn through the application about biomechanics, so they can answer, they can do quiz. Hmm.